Well, hi guys and gals, it's me, George, the Shade Tree Fix-It Man, and the moment y'all have been waiting for, and me too, is finally here. The steering is all done and functioning, albeit I'm going to have to take it all apart again to clean it and paint it, but let me show you. There's right hand turn, there's left hand turn, left hand turn, right hand turn. We got clearance here, clearance, just barely down there. In fact, I had to put in a little extra on my stop down there. That's got to be glued on. It's just sitting on there now. That's all I needed. I have dual carrier bearings, I guess that's what we could call them. I have my bracket bolted on here and fabricated and bolted down in below there. I have the bolt sitting in the bottom, but I don't have the nut on the back side. Like I said, I've got to take it all apart again. But this thing is solid. Very solid, which makes me very happy. My foot pedal is bolted back in place. Let me see. Oh yeah, we had to modify our shifter to make it work. I ended up welding a nut here because I went with a smaller tie rod end. I guess that's what we'll call them. And I had to, let me go around from the other side here where you can see it better. I had tried 3 or 4 different setups, even to switching this over here, but it ended up being too close to our clutch setup. So I'm happy with the way it is now. That's in neutral there. I'm going to pull it up. This is my reverse lockout. Pull it up and go forward, and that puts it into reverse. See the motor going? That's the way the motor would go, and it's in gear. And then we pull our shifter up 1 notch, and now we're in neutral. 1 more notch, first gear. If I get it all the way in, there we go. It's easier to shift. You can see the clutch turning. It's easier to shift when it's running. 2nd gear and 3rd gear is all the way back right against the seat. So, but everything clears. I did have to do a little relieving right at this point here on my steering box to make sure I had enough clearance there. That's all set. So I think the only thing about left for us to do now is to well, we're gonna have to do a road test on this thing, and I'm planning on doing that. This is Tuesday now because I have Bible study tomorrow night. My time is not open-ended for the day, but what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to plan on cleaning up my mess. Mr. Heavy Chevy has nothing on me when it comes to mess on the bench. Just my bench happens also to be my lift. So flip up the kill switch. No joke. Go over and make it go through the gears. Reverse lock out. All the way into reverse. Give it a little gas. Here we are. Back into neutral. First gear. Not quite all the way in, but it will. It works a whole lot better when it's moving. And first gear. Second gear. Third gear right up against the seat. I wonder if I got a bent axle back there. Well, we're going to try it again anyway. Oh, to turn it off, you turn the key back, flip the switch down, and there it is. The Goofy Cart 2 in all its glory. Put this thing back into neutral, don't you know? There we go. So that's how things are here today on Shady Acres. Now I've got to take all of that apart, but not before I road test it. I'm going to road test it again. I do have one more modification I need to make to my suspension. I was going through and checking things, and I had a little bit too much play in my front wheel bearings, so I tightened them up a little bit. But then I also noticed this. Watch this. Yeah, I got too much play on my spindle. So I'm going to have to pop this out of here and probably oversize this hole at the top and put a bronze bushing in there to bring it back down to the right size. It's not bad when you stop and think all of this stuff is totally homemade. Spindles are homemade. The front axle is homemade out of one piece of tubing. In fact, it was too wide when I initially made it. Ended up cutting it down and narrowing it. That's one of the reasons for this wrench on the front here, to act as a gusset, though it really don't need it. And yeah, our bat wings changed. Originally I had my radius rods coming right out to the front here, but they were pretty much hard mounted, so I couldn't swing them out if I needed to change things around. Yeah, a couple of people have commented on one of my running videos saying that it was nicely built and looked good and everything, but the engineering was terrible. Well, and I've asked them to tell me what they thought was wrong with the engineering and what I should change, but so far I haven't gotten any responses. I hope you all realize there ain't no plans for this goofy cart. The only plans were in the brain of that crazy old shade tree fix-it man. And we built it from scratch, bit by bit, piece by piece. This is now the third or fourth motor in here. The first couple of motors that I wanted to put in it were 8 horsepower. They didn't work out. Both of them had problems. And then we ended up with our 10 horse, slightly modified down there. And now we have the 18 horse. And plans are, and I think I've already said this once, plans are in the fall, after I get a couple other projects done, to bring this back in. And we're going to swap that Briggs & Stratton motor out for a 22 horsepower own-in. And you've seen that motor. So that's where we're at today. It's warm outside. It's comfortable in here. It says, looks like it says 84 degrees on my thermometer in here. Yeah. But, you know, with 2 air conditioners going, and I don't even have my fan going today. Usually when it gets really hot, I have my pedestal fan down here running to help keep air circulating. So let's step outside before I say goodbye. Well, that says about the same temperature out here, but don't you believe it, it's a lot warmer out here, probably more humid outside, and that makes a huge difference. Oh, you can feel the difference just stepping in the door. So, thanks for watching, commenting, subscribing, thumbs up, sharing, all them good things. And Lord willing, come Thursday, we're going to take this puppy out again, and we're going to road test it. And this time, I hope we'll have our GPS speedometer working while we're driving. Thanks again. Bye for now.